Jai Hind students, welcome to science class of grade 7. In the last lecture we discussed about the time and various units of the time, and we discussed SI unit of the time is second, and we also discussed there are many devices by which time could be measured. These devices are clocks, watches, sundial, many more. Now, the accurate measurement of time by clock began after the invention of simple pendulum by Galileo Galilei. All of you might have heard the name of Galileo Galilei. He has given the famous concept of inertia in the motion. Now, what is a simple pendulum? A simple pendulum is an arrangement in which a point heavy mass is connected to a fixed spot by means of a thread. So this point heavy mass, what is the meaning of the term point heavy mass? All of us know heavy means whose, which is heavy, and mass, all of you, when you take 2 kg of potato, this 2 kg is called the mass. Although you say its weight, but in the scientific term it is given the name of the mass. Even you measure your own weight, let us say 50 kg, but in scientific terms we will say that it is the mass. So here point heavy mass is called the bob of the simple pendulum. Now, position of simple pendulum, when bob is at rest, that position is given the name of mean position. That position is called the mean position. What does it mean? Mean position means when the bob is at rest, that is when the bob is not in motion. Where the bob is staying, that position is called the mean position of simple pendulum. Now, to move or to observe the motion of the simple pendulum, what we do? We displace this bob a little amount. Let us say we have displaced this bob a little amount, or what you can do, you can take this bob in your hand and you displace it by a small amount, then you can release. You will find that bob, it starts oscillating. Now let us say the bob maximum, it is displaced to this position. This position is called the, say, extreme position. Similarly, there is another extreme position on the another side. This is again extreme position. So what is the extreme position? Extreme position is that position when the bob is at maximum displacement from the mean position. So here in this case we are having the extreme position. Now, extreme position, let us define a few terms and let's explain how the bob it moves. Look, bob it moves from the mean position and then to extreme position, from extreme position to mean position, from mean position to extreme position, and from extreme position to mean position. So in this way the bob is describing its motion. So this motion of the bob is the motion of the simple pendulum. When bob is in motion, or what we can say when the simple pendulum is describing its motion, in that case we see that when the bob it moves from the mean position to extreme position, the speed of the bob, it decreases, and at extreme position the bob is at rest. And when the bob it moves from the extreme position to mean position, there is increase in the speed of the bob, and at mean position the bob is having maximum speed. And when the bob moves from the mean position to extreme position, there is decrease in the speed of the bob, and at extreme position the bob it is at rest. And from extreme position to mean position there is increase in the speed, and speed becomes maximum at mean position, and after that crossing mean position again there is decrease in the speed of the bob. So in this way pendulum it describes its motion. There are a few definitions that we must know. Pendulum is describing its to and fro motion. To and fro motion. So let me describe a few terms. First is oscillation. What is the meaning of oscillation? Oscillation means one complete to and fro motion of bob is called one oscillation. So what is the meaning of an oscillation? An oscillation means complete to and fro motion. Let us say bob is moving from mean position to extreme, again coming here and again moving here and again coming back. So this is one complete oscillation. If you say that bob has started from here, then let us say it moves like this from where it extreme and again to mean and again to this. So this complete is called one oscillation. I think the definition of oscillation is clear. Now after the definition of oscillation, there is a term which is called time period. What is the time period? Time period means time taken by bob to complete one oscillation. That is time taken by bob to complete one oscillation is called time period. Is called time period. Now time period is also a time. So what is its SI unit? Its SI unit is second. Second is represented by small s. If I say bob completes its one oscillation in 5 seconds, what will be its time period? Its time period will be 5 seconds. And third point is frequency. What is the meaning of the term frequency? Frequency means the number of oscillations completed by a bob in 1 second. The number of oscillations completed by a bob in 1 second is called frequency. Completed by bob or simple pendulum is called frequency. SI unit of frequency is hertz. It is represented by capital H followed by small z. Next point is length of pendulum By the term length of pendulum, what we mean? We means it is separation between point of suspension and geometrical center of bob is called length of pendulum. Let me explain what is this length of pendulum. Let us say this is here, point of suspension, this is the length of thread, and here we are having this bow. If I say this is the center, then this complete separation starting from here to here and up to this point, we can say this complete separation is called the length of pendulum. This is called the length of the pendulum. Since it is a length, so its SI unit is meter. It is measured internationally in terms of meter. Now there are few points that you should know. First point is that time period of pendulum increases with length of pendulum. More is the length of pendulum, more would be the time period. Lesser is the length of pendulum, lesser will be the time period. And the second factor on which this time period depends, this time period, it decreases with increase of acceleration due to gravity. All of you know about the gravity, that is earth is attracting the bodies towards it, so that is an acceleration produced, that is called the acceleration due to gravity. If there is increase in acceleration due to gravity, time period will also decrease, whereas with increase in the length of pendulum, the time period of the pendulum, it will increase. Now what does this mean? Let me tell you about its meaning. Is that, for example, I have taken a pendulum. This is the pendulum here, and there is another pendulum, and right, which has more time period. This second pendulum has more time period. What does it mean? It will take more time to complete one oscillation. It will take lesser time to complete one oscillation. This will take more time and it will take lesser time to complete one oscillation. Now after that, this time period, another concept that I want to discuss with you. Again, this is a pendulum. Let us say this pendulum is having this as a bob, and here in this case, again keeping the same length of the pendulum, let us say this is lighter bob and this is heavier bob. If we neglect air resistance, their time periods will come same. What does it mean? It means that time period of a simple pendulum does not depend on the mass of the bob. Whether the mass of the bob is small or is heavy, its time period will not depend on its mass. Whether the bob is small or whether the bob is large also, even it will not depend. So time period of a simple pendulum does not depend on the shape, does not depend on the size of the bob and also on the mass of the bob. It is independent of size and mass of the bob. Now let's do a few questions. My question is, a simple pendulum completes ten oscillations in 25 seconds. Find its time period. Can you check it out? What will be its time period? To calculate the time period, first tell me what is the definition of time period. Time period means time taken to complete one oscillation. So what can I say? I can say here 10 oscillations are completed in 25 seconds, are completed in time of 25 seconds. So one oscillation is completed in time of 25 over 10, that is 2.5 seconds. Why I have divided? If I ask, the cost of 20 mangoes is rupees 40. What is the cost of each mango? 40 divided by 20, that is 2 rupees. So in the same way, if 10 oscillations are completed in 25 seconds, one oscillation is completed in 25 by 10, that is 2.5 seconds. Is it clear? Okay, if I say that I have purchased 4 chocolates and I paid 40 rupees for the 4 chocolates, then what is the cost of one chocolate? 10 rupees. How I found 10 rupees? 10 divided by the 4. In the same way, if I want to find the time for one oscillation, I have to divide it. So in this way, I can find the time period of a simple pendulum in this question. Okay, my next question is, what I am given. Next question is, a pendulum, okay, simple pendulum completes 100 oscillations in let us say 10 seconds. Find its frequency. What is the definition of frequency? Number of oscillations completed in 1 second. So how I will calculate the frequency? I have to find how many oscillations are completed in 1 second. What I am given? In 10 seconds, how many oscillations are completed? 100 oscillations. So how to solve this question? Answer is, in 10 seconds, number of oscillations completed is 100, and in 1 second number of oscillations completed is 100 upon 10, that is 10. And we know that unit of frequency is hertz, so answer is 10 hertz. I think you can calculate the time period and frequency by this way. It is a very simple questions. Now if I ask question is what is time period of simple pendulum if it completes 100 oscillations in 10 seconds? Can you find it? Same as that of above. I can say in time period I have to find out. So tell me what is the time period, then you will be able to find its answer. So let's find out. 100 oscillations are completed in how much time? Are completed in 10 seconds. So one oscillation would be completed in how much time? Can you guess? 10 over 100 seconds. Do you know the division? How 10 is divided by 100? Okay, let me teach you. I think all of you know 10 by 100, 1 0 is cancelled. Now this is 1 by 10 seconds. How can I convert it into point? So if you divide 1 by 100, you will get 0.1 second. So the answer is 0.1 second. So in this way you can solve the questions related to the time, period and frequency. And also from these numericals, can you find a relation between time period and frequency? I am giving you a hint. Look at this question and look at this question. You will be able to find relation between time period and frequency. Just check it out, just work on this. You yourself will find the relation. Don't ask your parent, don't bother your parents about this relation. Just try to find the relation yourself. That's all for today. Thank you.